So I am recording my screen. That way it will be good. So we start?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, great. Hope you can see my screen. Can you confirm, please, if you can see my screen?
Yep, proceed.
Okay. So I'll start where we left last Sunday. So we briefly discussed about the code commit, how we can do a code commit, how we can use the tool as to host our code. So today I'm going little deep inside code commit. So I'll not talk theory much because that you can go and just see what code commit is. You can read a lot of documents. So that I'll not spend more time on it. I'd like to spend more time on the console itself. So AWS. I believe I should have logged in already before recording, but that's okay. I'll have to. Okay, so here I am. I'll just directly jump into code commit. How to go there? Is once you log in, you can in fact type code commit here. Any service you can type just to go there, or as I said, go to services and go to developer tools. In that, you see here that will be all related to DevOps. All the tools are here. So these are not the only tools, of course, but these are all developer specific. Okay, so I'll tell you, if you're planning for DevOps certification, as I said last time, this is only around 20% of exam, but there are a lot of other things the exam depends on, and they do ask. So we'll touch base on those aspects too. But code commit. So here, if you go, artifact build, code commit, code catalyst, code deploy, code pipeline, code star, and all those tools. So we'll just go to code commit as we discussed a little bit last time. So here, let me delete this. I just created it. So delete repo. So this is nothing but the GitHub repository, and which supports the Git protocol. And GitHub started it, but many others, they adopted Git protocol, and just to support that, and so that people can host their code and as a repository. So what are the other repository available in the market? So if you are not aware of, I just want to type it here so that you know. GitHub is one, github.com, then GitLab, gitlab.com is another, then Bitbucket is another. Any other? These are the three main, and of course all the cloud, they provide their own repository. Like CodeCommit is for AWS, and like Azure, they have in the Azure DevOps, they have their own Azure Git service if you search. So Azure, they have their own GitHub repository also. So similarly, GCP also, Google, they have their own. So you can host anywhere you want, but here if you prefer to host your code inside AWS, then this is the repository. This is the service you want to use. Okay. This becomes useful only when you are using any cloud native application and you don't want to go away from AWS for most of your requirements. Then it makes sense to host here itself, because it gives close integration, in fact, very intimate integration with all other AWS services. Like that one thing we're going to see today. Let me quickly create a repository. I'll name it Pet Clinic, and I'll call it Pet Clinic ECDOG. ECDOG is the name which I gave. East Coast DevOps Group. So, and I just and you can add the tags, and where the tags are necessary or useful only when like you want to track it, like in terms of how much you're spending. One of the use case of tagging is you want to tag a particular application so that you know when you want to show to your management, okay, this particular application, how much cost actually is involved if you want to host that in AWS. So what you do is all the related services you tag with a name. So what I'll give is maybe app name. I'll give app name as Pet Clinic, so that you sort the tag called app name, and all value which are all equal to Pet Clinic, you can do a create a report and you can submit to your management. That's where it will be useful. So you can add any number of tags you want. You to just recognize how you want to do it. It's up to you. There is no rule what is the key and value. It's just a key value pair. Okay. Then create it.
So a quick question. So this will have n number of components, your database, web component, Unix.
No. These are the simple tagging. Okay, it is not components. These are the simple tag. Any simple text value you are giving so that you track it. So repository. If you go here, I give here Pet Clinic ECDOG, and here if you go there and you see a tag. Here repository code settings and git tags you see here, so you can add like different taggings here. But what repository I created, I just created a tag so that I can recognize that what is the app name. Like I'll go and create CodeBuild, then I'll also give that app name equal to Pet Clinic. Then I can actually tomorrow.
Is it helpful, like, when you build based on the tag name, then you can deploy in the respective application?
Yeah, a lot of things actually you can do. Lot of things, not only just build, a lot of things you can do if you want to create your own like logic using some Lambda functions, right? So you can build your own logic, and you can build Lambda functions based on the tags, and then you can recognize that, okay, which application, which service to recognize. It is just a tagging. The basic use of tagging is just to recognize somebody, okay, with a name. That's the use of the tagging. Okay, so if you have your account, please do log in, and so that you can do it with me, and within 1 hour you will be finishing a chapter. If you can do it maybe with me parallelly, so that whatever I am doing, you just do it, so that end of the 1 hour, what it will be, you'll be finishing one chapter altogether. So you don't have to, it will be a kind of repetition for you too, right? So I created Pet Clinic ECDOG repository, and here there are two ways you can actually clone it. One is using HTTPS, this is a protocol, another is SSH protocol. Two ways you can clone it. You know that even if GitHub also, you can use both the ways. HTTPS, if you go to a repo, you see here, you can actually go to a repository in GitHub, you can see HTTPS and SSH, both the way. It will give you what are the URL for both HTTPS and SSH. So here itself in CodeCommit 2, similar way, you can clone using HTTPS protocol, and that command will be this one. If you want to use git clone HTTPS, and if you want to use SSH, then if obviously using this particular, you see here git clone, it starts with SSH. Okay, so you might have already come across HTTPS mostly if you will be doing. Where SSH is useful is more secured, and if you want to access for you only, and you don't have to give every time your username and password or something like that. Okay, so you just create a SSH key for your laptop, upload that here, and that's it. And configure so that you the code, whenever you send this any particular git command, it will follow the SSH protocol. It is a secure cell, so all the traffic will follow with a secure cell. So let's do that quickly. I have done this one. This is pretty straightforward. Just create a username and password with HTTPS. I found there are questions also when in the exam they ask, like, if you want to clone it using SSH, what you need to do. There will be some options will be there. What are the things you need to do? So if you see here for the Mac OS or maybe Linux, if you want to do, what are the steps? You see here, that's exactly, I have, in fact, in my presentation, I have given here what you need to do using SSH. There are 4 steps. First, create your SSH key, your local. This is a local command, SSH key gen. Let's do that quickly. I'll just show you how it is done. Anywhere you can, if you are using Linux, you simple SSH key gen is the command. You see here, then you give a name, and I'll give you here CodeCommit, let it be, because I'm using, you can give any name, CodeCommit, and underscore RSA. This is RSA key, so CodeCommit RSA. Then enterprise, I'll give empty, no need, and enter again, no need. Okay, you see here, then where this is created, it is always, this file is created. If you are without any parameter, you are using just SSH keygen, it will be in .ssh, it will be saved. If you go to your home directory, see pw is, this is my home directory. In Linux also it will be /home p your username. So you go to .ssh and do an ls, you will find that previously where I created is, it will be there only. So it will be in your home directory. What did I did? Yeah, you saw here. So CodeCommit, wherever I created, I thought I created in my home. I did my home directory. Yes, this is my home directory. So it is created here. So it's always good to take this to copy or CodeCommit RSA and .pub to .ssh. You can in fact give the path while creating it, okay? Or you can, in fact, let me move it. So now you see that I have in my .ssh, these are the 2 keys. One is the private key. If you see a file without .pub, that is the private key. And if it ends with .pub, that's the public key. So it is always a pair, private key and public key. So what we are interested is in the public key, okay? So we are interested in this particular file. Then what you do is, you go to your IAM service. After this, you go to the IAM service, and like last time, I just showed you how to create your you see, go to here after the username and create security credentials. So here, if you create here, this is for the HTTPS. You see here CodeCommit, okay? HTTPS grid credential, okay, for CodeCommit. This is the simple username and password, okay? And if you want to upload your SSH key, so let me delete it. I created it, so let me delete this. Previously I created it. So here you see SSH public key for CodeCommit. Upload SSH public key. If you click that, you have to copy that and paste it. So what you do is here, cat and the public key CodeCommit pub, and copy and paste it here. Even if not a space extra, remember it's very important. If there is a space, it won't work. Okay, from here to here, all exactly as it is. Then upload, and here you see once you upload it, you will have a key, SSH key ID will be created. This one is important. After this, what you do is go to your .ssh file again, same place, and here you have a config file. You create vi config, and I have already done it. So here, just it is there already. If you see in the AWS, it will be actually there. AWS. I'll just show you. I'm not doing anything extra. All these commands and procedures are given in CodeCommit itself. So I'll just show you that. Go to CodeCommit, and when you go there and you want to SSH, click SSH, and for Linux, I'm sure if you are using Linux, you see register the SSH key and edit local SSH configuration, that is in the home directory .ssh directory, a file named config, and just copy this whole thing, okay, and paste it. That's exactly what I've done here. So, and I'm going to delete this one with the new one which I just created. Here, this one, copy it and paste it here. And next, what is the file name? The private key file name. Now it is the private key. Now it is CodeCommit underscore RSA. That's the private key. Right? Okay. That's it. So once we do that, and wherever you want to clone, just go there. I want to clone it here. Okay, so now I want to clone it. I'll go to CodeCommit, and okay, another thing is once you create it, because I have already changed the file permission to 600 chmod. If you know Linux, this is so that it can be read by Git, and just copy it now and run it. And you see I'm running with SSH, git clone SSH colon. So it is following the SSH protocol. And now permission denied, could not read from remote repository. Please make sure you have correct access rights. Did I do any mistakes?
Yes, in config file, instead of COD, you put CODE commit.
Oh, okay. Let me see. code COMMIT. C, is correct, right?
There is no E in the code.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, CodeCommit. Okay, I did mistake. Okay. 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 Permission still denied. I think maybe I just have to restart my console. Let's see. Could not read the repository, remote repository. A minute. Let me see one file and so for that actually, before commit actually, then you just run this command so that it will make sure that actually it is permission denied. Okay, something is wrong. So if you see simple SSH git, if you do, it will show what is the error, if you are able to log in or not. Git, so SSH git CodeCommit dot the region name and Amazon AWS.com. So possibly what I did I copy this correctly? Okay, there was error. So here successfully authenticated over SSH. So that's what we needed. Now I'll just go and execute. If you want to just copy this same command. Copy it and paste it. It's cloned, okay? So here, you see here, pet clinic ECDOG. It's committed, but it is cloned, but nothing will be there. So go to pet clinic and ECDOG. Nothing is there. So what I have already done is, I have taken it from public, and I'm going to do is, I have already, this is there. So what all the files I'll copy cp-r pet clinic to, okay. So this is all the file inside pet clinic. I copy. Okay, so So now you see here pet clinic. I copied everything. Okay. And now what I do, if you know git add dot, that is the current, then git commit -m it's message, -m is message. So all the files add it to git, and now git push, simple. So here now if you see in the code, in the ECDOG, all the files we uploaded. By the way, if you just wanted to tell you one thing, when if you download from internet, pet clinic, here you can find it, GitHub pet clinic. You can download this one, or you can clone it to your local directory before copying it. This is the one I downloaded. Okay. So here you just note it. This file is not there. I'll just wanted to show you. Build spec.yml. This is a file I created. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. But you won't find this one in this. So this is not necessary now, but when we are going to study the code build, this is necessary. This file is necessary for code build. It's a particular file name should be build spec.yml. I'll tell you later what this file is. Just not to worry about it. So now we have the code. Now before actually going to build this code, I want to go to another feature of CodeCommit, so which is important, and it is exam specific important too. It is not only just building the code, but the security of the code itself. We are talking about DevSecOps every time, right? So security of the code. So what are the different features of CodeCommit here? So if you go here, go to the repository and go to the settings. If you go here and left side, if you see here, this is the settings, and here you can find lot of tabs are here: general, notification, trigger, repository tags. You see here the tag I just created, app name equal to pet clinic, right? And so on and so forth. So you can add, you can modify, and so on, a lot of things you can do. I want to just particular focus on notification today, and to give an update what is this notification is all about, because this is important that in a enterprise scenario, if anything happens to the code, either the team gets notified, or some managers, or the build engineer, or the build manager, or the release manager, somebody needs to be notified, right? So here, let me show you. Repository, go to notification. Just right away, I'm going to create a notification, then I'll explain what it is. Create a notification rule, and I'll call it notification is notify team. I'll give a name. It can give any name, any custom name, and I'll give simple a basic feature, includes only information provided in the resource events, and I'll give anything. Okay, let's put all. Anything happens to anybody committed, or anybody in the pull request, status changed, pull request, whether merged, created, and source updated, or if branch is created, newly created, deleted, or updated, everything, anything. This is, so it is simple, nothing but I'm going to create a pipe. Pipe is one, I'll give the input and I'll have an output. What is the input? Any of the events. These are the inputs to the pipe. Notification. And I'll give a target where it will send. So what it will send, where it will send. So what will be notified, where it will be notified. So these are the what will be notified, and where, the create a target. So when you create a target, there are two options here. If you see SNS topic and AWS chatbot, that is a Slack. The two options it has. So we'll focus on SNS topic. What is SNS? SNS is nothing but simple notification service. Okay. So create a target to use specifically SNS topic. Okay. So I'll just select this topic and give a name here called maybe code star notification, notify the clinic team, unique. Okay, so that, or I will not repeat notification again. So I gave code star notification pet clinic team. So this is your app team maybe, right? So you want to notify your team, which is pet clinic team, about what happens here to the code. So I just created it. Now you see here, I created a target SNS topic, but I have not given anyone, just I created a topic. That means anything will happen related to this, all these features and functionalities and events, any events, it will capture that and it will send to SNS topic. And after that, still I have not done anything. It will simply send SNS topic. But somebody need to subscribe to that topic. It is a pub/sub model, publish and subscribe. So we just published it. But unless there is a something happen, created, because another notification rule already exists. Okay, so name must be unique. So I have already created one SNS topic. So let me see that. Do we have ECDOG team? Okay, so this is another one created. So it is, I'll use that. So it is same. I have already created one and I'll use that. So otherwise it is getting duplicated. Otherwise what I'll do is I'll delete that and then I'll recreate it, right? So I used the already existing one. So let's see what happened. I'll stop sharing and recording also, and I'll delete that because it is my personal account. So I'll delete it and I'll come back. Okay, I'll quickly now we are here and I'll go to settings, notification, create notification. I said or notify team, and I select all and I create a target name and pet clinic team, create and submit. Oh, okay. So instead of simple, I created everything. Okay, full, no problem. So here I can edit it still. This is basic, I'll put it and I'll submit. Okay, so notification created. Now you see here we have a notification with all the events. These are the events, and we have a SNS topic, which is this. So just click here and it will directly take you to the SNS service. Mind you, here we have the topic, but we don't have the subscription. So just click the subscription here and okay, I want to delete it. Okay, now we want to create a subscription. Okay, so here I'll give subscription. Again, topic name is this one, right? Which I just created. Protocol name you see here. These are the ways we can notify. Protocol supported by SNS. This is again exam questions. These are all part of the DevOps exams. So that like sometimes they'll ask like how if you want to notify, how will do it, whether what are the services will be suitable, whether it is email or SMS. Email and SMS is just simple sending emails and SMS. But if you want to do in some processing on that notification, then you need to select Lambda. Then again, what it will do is all the information will be sent to a Lambda function. That in that Lambda function, you create a algorithm or you create the logic there and you process the data. Again, you send it to somewhere. A lot of things can be done with Lambda functions. So simple here, what we'll do is we'll create a maybe SMS. Let's see. I'm mobile number, endpoint, add the phone numbers, sandbox destination phone number. When the sandbox, you can deliver SMS to the sandbox destination. I don't know how much it will cost me. Okay, better I'll send an email. Anybody want to give an email so that you can check it, please? I don't want to show my email box here because this is getting recorded, so that you can show it. Anyone? It will just send one subscription. Otherwise, I have to show you my email details.
Yeah, I can send my email address here.
Yeah, can you tell me?
Yeah, I can paste in the chat.
Yeah, so it will be useful because if I open it here, I have to open my email box. Okay, I got it. So this is, I can send you now. It will actually send you an email. Okay, and create a subscription. Okay, now check your email, please. You should able to see it.
I received an email.
You received, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just accept it. Okay, just guys, just don't yet. You see here pending confirmation, right? You see?
Yep.
Pending confirmation. Now, once he accept it in the email, there will be a link. He has to just click that, and it is about confirmation. So, can you confirm now?
Yeah, I confirmed it.
And I'll just refresh it. And you see here, once he confirmed, it is confirmed. Okay. So now we have a subscriber to this topic, and we have created a notification. We have created a topic. We have created a subscription also. Now I'll go back to my code. I'll just to show you what it looks like. I'll go to branches and create a branch. I'll call it a dev branch, and master, I create a branch. Okay, you should quickly actually refresh your email. You should get an email actually that a new branch has been created. It will not be a directly text format. It will be actually a JSON format. All the messages will be sent to you.
I received a message with JSON format. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So you received a message. I could show you here. How can I show you without revealing all my emails? I can't. Okay. So yeah, we don't need to see it. You can try it yourself. Okay. And that's the way you send all the notifications. And if you want to just change it, if you see here, I want to edit it and I don't want to have all the things. I can because there will be a lot of comments. You want your managers should be flooded with emails, right? So just approvals, and maybe very important like a branch deleted, created, or updated. Somebody pull request merged, maybe state approval status changed. Okay, source updated, maybe source created, status changed, and merged. These are some of the things you want. so that important events only updated to the manager, right? So you can choose that so that a particular event. Now, if I delete it, again, if I delete the same branch which I just created, dev branch, by the way, this is the way you can create branches also. Okay, here, if you go to repository and go to branches, you can create branch and give a name and which branch you want to, all the feature branches. After dev, you can give all the feature branches also, right? So let me delete this. This is the master branch and this is the dev branch. I'll go and delete this. Again, you should actually get an email that a branch has been deleted. Now the topic will be the reference will be delete. That previous was the reference was create. Now it will be delete. Check it and confirm, please.
Yeah, true. I received the same.
Yeah, so you should have received an email that a particular branch has been deleted. Dev branch. Okay, so this is how the notification works. And the cost is not too high for sending SMS also. You can actually check what is the cost of sending SMS and email. So it is SNS, AWS SNS cost, AWS SNS cost, the pricing. So you can check, these are the price calculator and you see notification deliveries. Mobile push notification, 1 million notification, 0.5 per million notifications, right? 50 cents per million. Email is $2 for 100,000. And HTTPS, and this is 100,000 notifications, 60 cents per million notification. Okay, so these are the charges, and based on that, which is the good service for you, you can just read it and see how SNS is a good way of notifying the user or any events. Okay, so that's it about SNS. I just wanted to give an introduction to SNS as well as showing a demo of what SNS can do. Now we have seen CodeCommit and the notification, how it works, right? So I will encourage you to explore different other features as well. What the pull request commit, I don't intend to be a Git session, so I'll leave it to you. All others are Git specific, okay? Nothing to do with AWS specific. So now let's go to another tool called build. I'll come back to code artifact later. Let's go to we have 10 more minutes, so I'll just quickly cover CodeBuild. Now let's get started and create a project. So here I'll got pet clinic, project name is pet clinic build. Okay, and I'll just leave it blank and something. If you want to put tag, same thing, I want to put like app name, so that I have like, I can search with one tag everything, whatever services. So now there will be a source provider because I'm going to build the code. So obviously I need the source code, and the source code will come from, these are the options, and it can come from S3, it can come from CodeCommit, it can come from GitHub, it can come from Bitbucket, it can come from GitHub Enterprise. What is GitHub Enterprise, by the way? If you are hosting GitHub inside your own on-premise, this is on-premise. And this is GitHub public, this is Bitbucket public. So it's good to know that, see, it's build supports GitHub and Bitbucket also. That means if you are hosting your code in GitHub, still you can use this CodeBuild. If you are hosting in Bitbucket, still you can use it. If when you GitHub, it will ask you it is a public repository or GitHub repository in my GitHub account. If you select Bitbucket, it will ask you connect to Bitbucket. But let's go, we are already using CodeCommit, so let's use source will be coming from CodeCommit. and repository is this one. It will give with what are the repository. It will automatically fetch. Branch, I have only one master branch, so I'll just select master branch. And environment, managed image, custom image. I'll explain next session exactly what it is, but we have 10 more minutes. I'll go a little faster here. Operating system. So because we need an operating system to build this, we know that this is a Java code. So I'm going to use Amazon Linux, and runtime is going to be standard, and which is the image. I'll take the latest AWS CodeBuild. This is the image. Image is actually where it is going to create actually a small VM, okay, where the code will be actually built. So this is the image, and I'm going to create a new service role, or you can just existing service role also I can create. I believe again I have to go and delete it. So because already I did it. So then build spec, you see here, it is use the build spec file. So remember, as I said previously, in the CodeBuild, I have to have this file, so that in the code commit, I have to create a file to use CodeBuild. That is this particular file in the root directory of the code. buildspec.yml, it has to be named buildspec.yml, and this will actually tell in the different phases. If you see here, we have pre-built, build, and post-build. Pre-build, I have just given that it's a simple Linux command echo, nothing to do pre-build phase, and command here echo build started, and it is showing what time the build started, date and time. And I'm using called Maven package. It's a Maven command, Maven package to build. And again, after post build, I'm just printing again the date, so that I'll see how much time. And now artifacts, I'm going to create the file, or I want to send this particular file, which will be actually generated after the build. This is a jar file, and I'll tell you exactly what this is all about, where it will go. So here, build spec is build specification, or you want to do manually, command wise, you can do that also. But I'm going to do with the build spec file. If you know Jenkins file, in Jenkins, it is similar to that. I believe you have used Jenkins. If you have used Jenkins, you must be knowing what is a Jenkins file. It is similar to that. So artifacts, that means where it will be created. So type, I'm going to do S3. It is going to create S3 and bucket name. And here I am going to S3. Now I am to introduce another service called S3 Simple Storage Service from Amazon. And here I have already, you create a bucket. So I have created here PNAC Pet Clinic artifact. So this is a create bucket I have created, where I'm going to actually store that jar file, which is going to be output of the build process. So, and bucket name, it will be automatically populated here, artifacts, and all others you can actually leave it. So path, you don't need it, and logs, I don't need it. So you see, pretty much what I did is I just created a project. I give where it will come from and how it will get built up. I'll take the master branch, and I am going to create, it will take the byte, because this is a managed service. So automatically everything will be backend will be automatically created for you. And this is the image, and this is what is the role name, and build spec, I have given what exactly to be done, and I have finally I'm going to save the artifact in the S3 bucket and create the build project. So I suspect if this role, okay, created a project, it's created. So you see here, the project is created. Now I start build. So if I just start it, and it will build it will download the code, and you want to see the page, the details, you can see here. So it is submitted, it is queued, and it is provisioned. Everything step by step, you can see it. And the build history, you see here, you can see nothing is, it is previously I did it. Now this one is going on, and build logs, nothing yet. and you can, it's just going on, and let's see what are the different stages. Build phase. Okay, see here it is submitted, queued, now it is provisioned, download source succeeded, installation, pre-build succeed, build is going on now. So it is going on, and you want to see the build history and actual logs. It is not getting populated immediately. You should be able to see the logs. Report. It's taking time a little bit to get populated. So pre-build succeeded. So you want to see that what is going on in the like build processor, everything here, the matrix. But let's go back again. Okay. Pre-build succeeded, build succeeded, post-build succeeded, upload artifact succeeded, finalizing completed. So everything complete. If you go to your S3 bucket now to check it, buckets, so here is my bucket, and what did I give rightly? It should have been populated by here. Oh yeah, okay. Pet clinic build, and you see target, and there is a Spring Pet Clinic 3.0 snapshot.jar. This jar file you can actually download and you can run it also. Okay, so you see, without doing anything, I just click without any services, any VM I created. I didn't create any VM or any container. I have simple my code in the CodeCommit, and I built it, and I produced the jar file. So that is what is CodeBuild. CodeBuild is a managed service. I wanted to give that here again. CodeBuild, CodeCommit automation, and CodeBuild, fully managed build service, elastic scaling, pay as you go, and extensible. That means these are the advantages. You don't need to manage anything on your own. Everything is managed for you. You can elastically scale it. Number of users does not matter. It can scale in unlimited. Pay as you go. It will just, how it will be, you will be paying that, the number of time, the actual time you spent on building. So what will be spent, because you see here build logs. I'll go to build history. Now I believe I can see it. What the hell, why it is not, build logs is not coming. Build logs, actually I should able to show you how much time it actually took, because I checked the date, right? Build history,
Maybe disable the log.
and I did, but still some basic logs I should able to see.
So one quick question, that YAML file, okay, we have to create, right?
Yes, this is the YAML file we have to, here, this one.
Yeah.
This is like the Jenkins file. So here it is, build spec.yml. And you can give this, you can,
it has to be in the root directory, right?
yeah, it should be in the root directory, yes.
And the name has to be like that, right?
Yeah, the name has to be build spec.yml. It has to be.
Okay.
So let's, in fact, we can quickly see build project. Okay, CloudWatch logs disabled. I think because of that. Let me change it to logs, and I'll just rebuild in 2 minutes. I can edit it. CloudWatch, okay. Okay, update logs. Start build. Okay, here it came. Okay, tail logs.
So now it will create, you are rebuilding, right? So now it will create a new target file, or it will
No. In the see, I'm not changing anything code, right? Code is okay. You're talking about target file.
the target file.
Yes. It will create. Obviously, it will create a new file. So we'll see that. This is the S3 bucket, right? So you saw that in this folder, in the pet clinic build. Now we'll see. That's why we have not given we just created a simple build, but we have not versioned or numbered, we have not tagged it, nothing has we did. So that is the next time I'll show that how to have different versions of the same. So maybe next session I will do that. So let's do that tagging. It's not yet. Any doubt? Anybody else? How many today? 9? Okay. Okay, you see here now. All these are the logs, which is normally you see in a Spring Boot application. When you build it, you must be familiar with all these logs, right? These are the logs.
So this process is creating a new VM, or how
in the backend it is creating temporary VMs or not VMs though, containers. So for you. But if you want to create your own, I'll tell you exactly how, because sometimes you don't have to create any common build file with some security reasons, right? So because these are the common code and common space where the build will be happening. You will know here build success, right? So we'll see here buckets and here target. Okay, it's just overwritten that because we didn't actually. There is option to.
No, maybe multiple versions of the.
No, it is possible. Obviously, it is multiple versions. So, if that depends on the S3 bucket property. Okay. Configuration. But here you can do it. When we actually created the build, if we edit it. The source and the artifacts, right? you see here enable semantic versioning, and you can give the path and namespace type, lot of things we just took, but just default. So that's why we didn't. So here we can actually use artifact name specifier in the build. So in the build spec, this is a pretty simple build spec. I didn't give anything, so that here you can actually in the build spec. What is the code here? You can because I have this is a hard-coded one. You see here. So I can actually enter a version here, and by taking the version number or build number, and that has to be picked up from service. And I'll tell you how that. So this has to be little complicated. Based on that, it will create the file. Okay. And the path here also you can give the path. You want to every time you want to have a maybe by default it is / by default it is going to create in the repository, in the S3 here. If you want to, where is my S3? If you want to put that in a directory here, another directory you can want to create, you can do that too. So a lot of things are possible, and I'll just encourage you to have those seen here and you try it yourself, different options, how it can be in a multiple versions you can create and multiple folder you can create. You can create it for one for maybe test, one for prod, a lot of things. And obviously this can be this based on where is the code again? Based on the build spec. A lot of things are possible because you see here, these are your user defined commands. Okay, these are the commands user defined. So an artifact here, it's pretty hard coded, so this can be variable. Okay, so that's it for today, and just please let me know how you liked, you didn't like, anything you want to see, and so that I can improve and come back better prepared too. So I'll stop here, I'll stop the recording too, and thank you very much.